Good morning, traders, and this is your Aussie, your South African Top 40 Daily Review. So we had futures close out, and we've had a public holiday, and we've had Tencent giving us some bad results, but surprisingly, it hasn't really impacted Tencent that much. It did drop just over 1% yesterday, and we're down 1% today. That's not a massive move. I would have expected a lot more than that. So that will definitely impact price today, but the US markets did rally yesterday. So S&P was up 1%, Dow was up 0.8%, and the Nasdaq, which is the one we need to pay attention to, was up 1.5% yesterday. So that is going to impact our market, and the rand dollar is down to 14.20, so that strengthened, the rand strengthened a little bit as well. So yeah, kind of a mixed bag. So remember, a strong rand means that the JSE top 40 has a tendency to fall. Weak rand, it has a tendency to rise. But when the US markets rally, then it 9 times out of 10 ignores the rand dollar exchange rate and focuses on the rest of the world. So pretty difficult picture to look at on the daily at the moment, because we've had a futures closeout change, and this gap that you see here is a futures closeout gap. So don't pay too much attention to it. You need to start breaking this down into a smaller time frame environment. So the level where we close is definitely something that we need to pay attention to, but I would also look a little bit further down at 5164, 5165 area. That I would think we would get some kind of support there, and it would also be sort of in the right slap bang in the middle of the alligator, which would be an area for me to look for long anyway. If we just get down to the hour, different picture. We've had a breakdown through the alligator, so I would expect a pullback somewhere along the line, somewhere in the alligator, and then another move to the downside. Okay, so mixed bag. I think most markets are looking exactly the same at the moment. You get this. We're getting sort of on the higher time frames, we have one pattern forming. On the lower time frames, we have another pattern forming. So in situations like this, again, the best thing to do is trade what works, and what we know that works on the Aussie is the closing range breakout. Okay, so the last hour of trading, if we break below it, we look for the bounce back, and then we trade to the downside. Okay, a break above the range, we look for an entry to the long. So looking at the half hour, you can see the trend is clearly to the downside. So I probably, I would say I'd expect the trend down to continue, but what I'm seeing on the other charts is a mixed bag as well. So I'm going to proceed with very, very much a very cautious approach, if I can put it that way. So definitely looking for the closing range breakout, whichever way we break out is the direction that we'll be trading, but I'm only looking for the height of the range. In this case, it's 250 pips. So 250 pip trade, potentially break to the upside or break the downside. Trend is down on the half hour, so you want to pretty much just trade with the trend on the lower time frames at this stage, because you've got so many different pictures. Okay, look for your levels, because on the daily we are very much in a strong uptrend, or a messy uptrend. You can see how messy it is, but I think what you're looking for is you're just looking for price to find a base, and ideally, to me, a base would be somewhere in the middle of this crazy price action we've had the last month. So I'd expect some kind of a pullback into this area and then a rally. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing on the higher time frames. 4 hour is still bullish, so may not even play out, but and the 1 hour is fairly bearish at the moment. Could be a wedge forming. Doesn't look like a wedge, looks more like a channel. Let's just double check that. It's a megaphone. Okay, so we do have a bit of it is a consolidation pattern, and we've had one move down, although there's been green candles in there. One move up, second move down. Okay, so yeah, I think what I'm looking for is this closing range breakout. Whichever way we go is the direction I'm trading. As simple as that. Not even going to try guess anything else at the moment, because for me at this stage it is going to be a guess, because I would expect this level to hold, the bottom of the closing range. I'd expect that to hold, to be honest. Looking if I just look at all these tails here, there were sellers off this level, and we're coming back to test this area. So that's kind of the area that I would be expecting to look for a long anyway. Okay, so that's my view at the moment. My bias is to the long side, although it's a very cautious bias. So ultimately, I will just trade what I see on this range breakout. If we do break to the downside, I'm only looking for the heights of the range. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's my view for today. You're looking for a break above 55.86 or a break below 53.35, and the distance between these two, which is the height of the range, that is what your target is. And I'll just put those levels in for you before we shut down. There's the one. There's my second target. There's my first target there, which does make sense over there. And there's my second one, which does also make sense over here. Okay, so a break above the range, you're looking for 58.29, which also touches the top of this downward trend line, okay, which is a pretty good target. A break of this downward trend line, then I wouldn't even bother with the second target. I just hold the position, because that second target is 5,900. Yeah, it's 50,900, but it'll break this downward trend line. So I would just hold that position. I'll be anticipating a pullback to test the break, and then I'd add that position and move to the upside. A break below to the downside, we're looking at 50.093. So we've got a level and we've got a 200 EMA here as well. Second target would be 49,941. That doesn't sound like something we'll get. I think 50,000 would hold us up quite nicely. Okay, so anyway, that's my view at the moment. Playing this closing range. If we do break the downside, taking profit immediately on all my positions on the range height. If we break to the upside, I'll take partial profit on this area, and that's purely because of the 4-hour trend is to the upside, and move my stop to entry. If we do get through here, I'll wait for the pullback to test here, and then add to my position, move my stop up to below the lower high. Sorry, the higher low, not lower high. Okay, here we go. That's my view today. Hope that helps, and stay safe. I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.